ॐ गुरुरेव गति गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरुः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरो मम पाहि गुरो सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेदमभेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकादर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः। We are seeing Srimad Bhagavada Mahapurana and we are seeing Canto 5, and I have completed up to chapter 9 in Canto 5 in my last video. We are seeing the story of Bharata Rishi. Bharata Maharaj, he ruled this great land, and he ruled so well that this great land was named after him as Bharata. And after ruling this land for some time, he went to the forest to do meditation and attain Bhagavan. But due to his prarabdha karma, he was so much attached to a deer there. And in the next birth, he took in the form of he took the birth as a deer. And he was so much attached to the Rishi Pulasya and Pulaha. And by that acquaintance of the great people, holy men, he took birth as a Brahmana in the next Janma. But all the time that in the Brahmana body, he was so calm, pious, and always in this Atmic consciousness, always meditating on Brahman. And he did not mingle with anyone, so people thought he is deaf and dumb. And he also pretended to be deaf and dumb because he don't want anyone to disturb him. So many people call him as Jada Brahmana or Jada Bharata. Once, some people in the forest, they caught him to give him as the human sacrifice to Bhadrakali. And he also did not object to that. He did not resist to that. And he also accepted and he went to that temple. But Bhadragali, she was invoked by the Brahmic luster of that Jada Brahmana, and she came out from that idol of that. She came out from the idol in that temple, and she killed all the priests, the people who arranged for that sacrifice, everything, and released the Jada Bharata or Jada Brahmana, anything we can see. And after that, Jada Bharata, he just wandered aimlessly in the forest, and he was walking along the banks of river Ikshumati. Some people, some palanquin bearers, they were carrying, he was the king of Sindhu and Sauvida, King Rahugana. So he was being carried in the palanquin by the palanquin bearers. So at one point, the chief bearer felt that he need another person to support this palanquin. So he was searching for a person, a very strong person, to carry this palanquin. At that time, they spotted Jada Bharata. He was walking like that, always in his Brahmic bliss. He was so happy, very strong body he has, and he was just walking aimlessly on the banks of that river Ikshimati. So the chief bearer, he called, "Can you please support us to carry this palanquin Immediately Jadabharata accepted and he was supported to carry that palanquin. But what happened was, since he was in that Atma consciousness of Brahman or Atmic consciousness, he felt that no one is different from him. So whenever he see an insect or a worm crawling on the ground, he used to jump that in order not to stamp on it. So whenever he see an ant or a small insect or a worm, he used to jump. And this disturbed the rest of the palanquin bearers as well as the king also. He was completely shaking here and there. So the chief of the palanquin bearers first advised him not to do like that, just to carry it steadily. Then only the king will feel comfortable, all that they said. But Jada Brahmana did not listen. He walked like that, jumping here and there. And king also, he got angry. King of Sindhu, he got angry. And he said, what are you doing? Are you carrying it properly? He just like that, he shouted at the chief of the bearers. And for that, the chief of the bearers said, no, Maharaj, it is not our fault. The person who came and joined now, he is not stable. He is jumping here and there in order not to stamp on any insect or anything. So what can we do? And the king also shouted at Jadabharata, hey man, what are you doing? You feel so strong, but you are lazy to carry a palanquin. You want just you money, not for doing any job. You have to carry it properly. Like this, he shouted. Still, no reply from Jadabharata. He used to do like that because he is not aware of the body or mind or anything. He heard what the king said, but he did not care for it, and he just continued to walk in the same way. And the king got very angry and he called him, are you a Jivanduta? That is, are you a living corpse? You are doing the same thing after me yelling at you like this. Can't you hear it? Are you belittling me? I am your master and you are my servant. So you have to obey my command. Like this, the king said from the palanquin. Jadabharata said, Maharaj, all this weight of the body, the distance, and what you tell about the jumping here and there, it is all these are for this body. But I am a person who identify with the Atma. I am the Atma. I am not this body or mind. So whatever you tell about my body, it did not care for me. I don't care for it. The disease, laziness about what you say, the strength of the body, the distance, the birth, death, everything is only for the body. Disease, worry, happiness, praise, honor, dishonor, it is all for the body and mind. It is not for the Atma. And he said that Jivan mrudatvam niyamena rajan adyandavatyad vikridasya drishtam swaswamya bhavo dhruva ikshayatra tarhyachyate samvidikritya yogaha. You called me as a Jivan Mrita, that is, you are calling me as a living corpse. The birth and death, it is all for the body. I am not this body, I am the Atma. So whatever you tell about my body, if you ridicule me, even if you inflict punishment for me, it is only for the body. Even if they beat you, what punishment can they give? They can cut the head. After all that, they can do only that. It is for the body, it is not for the Atma. Atma cannot be burned or Atma cannot be soaked in water, Atma cannot be cut, it cannot be joined or anything. It is Atma is a pure, infinite bliss and consciousness, like this Jadabharata said. And he said that, you said that I am the master and you are the servant. Maharaj, all these are temporary positions. It is only for the worldly life. Tomorrow, I can become the master and you can become the servant. Who knows the ways of Maya? Maya itself means it is subject to change. So all these are the play of the Maya. So are you believing in all this? Ishvara Kaha, who is the king? Ikshitavyam Kim, who is to be controlled? Tathapi Rajan te kim karabama. If you still feel, Rajan, that I am the master and you are the servant, tell me what should I do? I will follow that. Like this, the Jadabharata said to the king who is in the palanquin. Now the king is so perplexed. He was so confused. So what are you telling, Brahmana? He said. I thought that you are an ordinary person, but you talk like a great jnani, and you are also wearing that secret thread. He said, Kastvam nikhudascharasi dvijana bibarshi sutram katamo madhudah kasyasi kutratya ihabi kasmat kshemaya naschedasi nodha shuklah. So, Tvam kaha nikhudacharati. Who are you? Who you are in disguise and walking along with us? Kadaha avatudaha. Are you an avatuta just like a Dattatreya, Maharshi or any other avatutas? And kasya asi. Who are you? Kutratya. Where do you come from? From which place do you stay? Ye abhi kasmat. For what purpose? For what reason you have come here? I am going to the Kapila for my land. I am going to Kapilashrama in the forest to get the Atma Vidya from Kapila Bhagavan. So are you that Kapila Bhagavan you have come now in front of me? Who are you? Please reveal your identity. And as far as what you said about this Atma and body and all that, we are all ordinary people. We have only the experiences of the body and mind. So, whatever we experience with this body, we think it is the experience of the Atma. That's why we say it is my experience. We do not know to separate between the Atma or Brahma and the body and mind. We are ordinary people. But you are a great person. And what you said about the master and servant, what we think is all these master and servant, it is all the duty assigned to us by that Lord Bhagavan Srimad Narayana. So we have to do that duty properly. So for that only we are doing that duty only. So we do not understand what you say, but whoever you may be, please pardon me for the sin I have done you by insulting you, by calling you as a living corpse like that. So please pardon us because na vikriya vishwa sukrit sakhasya samyena vidha bimade svavabhi mahadvimanat svakritadbhi madrang Nangshyandya Dhuradabhishulapanihi. So I have insulted you and you are great people. You do not identify with the body and mind. So please pardon me. Tava Vikriyana api. Even though I have insulted you, you do not care for it because you don't identify with the body and mind. So for a person like me who has insulted a person who has enlightened person, even if he's a Shulapani, he will definitely get a sin. So please pardon me for what I have done. I have done this out of ignorance. So like this, the king again and again requested pardon to Jada Bharata. Now that Jada Brahmana or Jada Bharata, he advised to King Rahugana, Rajan, this world of difference, what you see as different, is you and me, is not real. Even this world of karma, it is not real. This whole universe, it is not real. It is the play of Maya. So nothing is real, Rajan. When nothing, this world itself is not real, then what to tell about your position as master and my position as the servant? It is not real. It is all the play of the mind. Yavan manorajasa purushasya satvena va tamasa vanuruddham Chedo virahudibiratanoti nirankusham kushalam chachetaram va. Yavan purushasya manaha, a man's mind, anuruddham, when it is attached with when a person's mind is attached with the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, when a person's mind is attached with the cheto bihi ahudi bihi, that is when it is attached with the jnanendriyas or with the karmendriyas or kushalam or with the good karmas or bad karmas, that is with the ahankara. When a person's mind is attached with all this, then he performs karma again and again. So this mind is a bundle of impressions, that's all. When this bundle of impressions is attached with the senses, or when it is attached with the desires of the mind or the passions, then it will come, take birth after birth and do many karmas. It will not be free and it will not understand the real nature of the Atma. Actually, it is the mind that hides the Atma. Dukham sukham vyadiriktam cha tivram kalobapannam phalamavyanakti आलिङ्ग्य मायारचितान्तरात्मा त्वदेहिनं संसृति चक्रकूटः. This mind is created by Maya as the manifesting field of the Atma. It is the mind that keeps the jiva as limited, and it is the mind that keeps the jiva to take birth after birth. It is the mind that involves the jiva in the transmigratory cycle. And it is the mind which gives a sukha and a dukkha to the jiva. Actually, the jiva is infinite. It is the reflection of the Atma. But the mind keeps the jiva in hold. And it makes the jiva think that it is the mind, and it superimposes what all the mind has on the jiva. So the jiva is confused and it thinks that I am limited, I have sukha and I have dukkha, but actually this jiva is infinite. It is the same as the Atma. It is not different from the Atma. It is just like myself seeing my image in the mirror. Is that image different from me? Only the medium is different. Just like that, reflection of the Atma falls on the mind. Only then the mind will work. But the jiva thinks that it is the mind and it misunderstands and worries a lot. It doesn't understand its real nature. तावानयं व्यवहारः सधाविः क्षेत्रज्ञसाक्ष्यो भवति स्थूलसूक्ष्मः तस्मान्मनोलिङ्गमदो वदन्ति गुणागुणत्वस्य परावरस्य. What are all we experience through the mind, that is the experience of the jiva, that which is realized or experienced by the jiva in this worldly life as attachment and detachment and everything. Ata manalingam vadandi, the mind is the karana for it. So what all we experience as the sukha, dukkha, honor, dishonor, a master, servant, anything that is the play of the mind. It is not the play of the jiva. Manaseva karanam. गुणानुरक्तं व्यसनाय जन्तोः क्षेमाय नैर्गुण्यमधो मनस्यात् यथा प्रदीपो धृतवर्तिमश्नन् शिखा स धूमा भजति ह्यन्यथा स्वम्. That is, the mind is attached to the sense object, and this causes the miseries. So it is all the mind. The mind, when it is attached to the sense objects, some miseries or happiness it will experience. And the jiva thinks that it is its own experience. When the mind is free from all these sense objects, it leads to liberation. So the mind, when it is attached to the sense objects or the organs of action or the organs of knowledge, it creates vrittis. So basically there are 11 vrittis of the mind. Vrittis means modifications. The mind is there and it gets modified in different ways. There are 11 types of modifications of the mind, that is called as the vrittis or the modes. When the mind attaches with the 5 sense organs, then it modifies in 5 different ways. When it is attached to the organs of action, then it modifies in 5 different ways. When it is attached to the ahankara, that is I, then it is connected with the past impressions, the present impressions, the impressions of the future, what to do, that all that anxiety feeling or happy feeling or hope or loss, whatever it is. So when the mind is attached with the senses or the organs of action or the ahankara, then it develops or it creates 11 types of vrittis, 11 types of modifications. When these modifications is attached to the nature or the time or the unseen forces or the rest of the impressions, it creates innumerable shapes and innumerable vrittis or the innumerable thoughts. See, when my mind is there, when I see something, it creates some vrittis. When I hear something, it creates some vrittis. When I do some action with my hand, it creates some vrittis. Or if I do not do anything and just keeping quiet and thinking about what else yesterday happened, what is going to happen today, then it is attached with ahangara. So in whatever way it is, it creates different vrittis, innumerable vrittis, thoughts or innumerable. It takes innumerable shapes. According to the thoughts, the mind takes shape. But all this is possible only by the support of the Atma, or otherwise, the mind is inert. Even though it has so many vrittis, the mind will be inert if the Atma does not support it. So it is just like we have so many highly sophisticated gadgets. We may have the latest of the mobile phone, but without electricity, we cannot charge it. So it will be of no use. It is just like that. The mind, it takes innumerable shapes. It has 11 types of basic vrittis. Everything is okay. But without the support of the Atma, it cannot perform. And the movement of the mind is governed by Maya. But the mind operates only with the help of Atma. Shuddha Kshetrajna Vichashte. The Kshetrajna is the witness of the movement of the mind. And now Jada Brahmana explained to King Rahugana the nature of the Kshetrajna. Kshetrajna Atma Purusha Purana Sakshat Swayam Jodirajah Pareshah Narayano Bhagavan Vasudevah Swamayaya Atmanya Vidhiyamanah. This Atma, it is the Kshetrajna. Kshetra means there's a field, and Kshetrajna, one who is the knower of the field, that is the Atma. He is the Purusha, he is the indwelling self. Purana, he is ancient, that is the cause of all the causes. Sakshat Swayam Jyoti, it is self-effulgent. The mind needs some effulgence, only then it can perform. But the Atma does not need any effulgence or anything to brighten it. It is Swayam Jyotihi. It is Ajaha, it is birthless. Pareshaka, it is divine. Narayano Bhagavan Vasudevaka, he is that Narayana, this Atma is Narayana, that is one who rests in all the beings. Narasya Ayana iti Narayanaka. One he rests in all the beings, he is Narayana. He is Vasudeva, one who resides in all beings in this entire creation. Swamayaya Atmanya Vidhiyamanaha. He dwells as controller in the jivas by his Maya. So that is this Kshetrajna, that is the Atma. And Jada Bharata says that the jiva, it is controlled by the mind. Actually, this jiva is, as I said, is the reflection of the Atma. It is infinite. It doesn't have any bondage or liberation or anything. This bondage and liberation are all imposed on the jiva by the mind. So it is manaseva karana. Mind is the only reason for all that, Rajan. And the mind has to be controlled by a continuous worship of Bhagavan Sri Hari. By worshipping Bhagavan Sri Hari, naturally the mind will get detached, or it will abandon the sense objects and the senses, and now only then it can turn inwards, or otherwise the nature of the mind itself to turn out. So it is the mind that limits the jiva, and the mind, it generates the feelings of sorrow, happiness, misery, confusion, doubt, everything. All these impressions are superimposed on the jiva. The mind hides the atma. Actually, this jiva is infinite. It is all powerful, omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. But what we think, I am limited, I do not have this power, and I am, when I say I, the mind creates the feeling of ahankara and mamatvam and ahankara. It's I, it is mine, but that is limited. This I and mine are limited. The Atma is infinite. And by worshipping Bhagavan Sri Hari, when the mind is free from the sense objects, or when its direction is, when its concentration is directed towards Bhagavan Sri Hari, then the mind will not hide the Atma, then the Jiva understands its real nature. Then no more the Jiva is limited by the mind. So, what did Rahugana, after hearing all this advice, reply to Jada Brahmana or Jada Bharata? I will continue in my next upload. Om Namo Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Om Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.